can actually hear myself, so I know that all the levels are alright. There we go. I've got my bloody headphones on. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to MastoCast. Welcome to episode 44, baby. Why I said baby, like, baby, James Hetfield, I don't know. But yeah, welcome to the episode today. I am Master Dan. Welcome to MastoCast, the monoblog podcast hosted by me, where I talk about shit. Some music shit, some gaming shit, some life shit, all that sort of stuff. If you're interested, thanks for listening, I guess. If you're not, I don't blame you. Apologies that this one is a couple of days late. It's been quite a hectic weekend, really. So Thursday, what was I doing Thursday? Thursday, I was helping me grandparents move house, so I was doing that all day. Celebrating my dad's birthday, celebrating my girlfriend's stepdad's birthday. Friday, I did a 12-hour shift and then went straight to Leeds to go see Superheaven, which I'll talk about in a bit. Yesterday, I did a 12-hour shift, and to be honest, just fancied a nice night in with a takeaway of Haley and a pizza, so I didn't record anything. So hope you don't mind that. So apologies, it's a couple of days late. But to be fair, I thought I'd get some good shit in that I've seen over the, I've seen Superheaven on Friday, so I thought it'd be good to get that in this week. But yeah, cheers for tuning in and all that sort of shit. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to bloody write down my bloody podcast topics because I'm an idiot. And I'm also quite sweaty at the moment because I've just been playing drums very badly, as per usual. It's been a heavy week, really. Just been a heavy week of doing stuff. I went to see Superheaven on Friday, as I say. Went to go to a venue called Project House. I went with my good mate, good listener, Paul Guilfoyle. Shout out to him. He recommended a pizza place called Echo in Headingley in Leeds. So we went there, had a bloody lovely pizza, and went to the gig after that. We got there, I think, unfortunately we missed the opening band, but we just fancy having a catch-up and having a pizza, so that's it. We missed the opening band Split Chain, and we just got in for Higher Power. I think they were on like the last three songs. We walked into them playing their brand new single, which is Absolute Bloom, which is also an absolute tune. See what I did there? They sounded fucking great. The new song sounded awesome. They had static dress drummer, Sam filling in on drums. I'm not sure what was up with the current drummer at the moment, whether he's away of something or unwell or whatever. But yeah, he filled in on drums, and I've always known he was a really, really good drummer, and he fucking smashed it for Higher Power. So the Higher Power sounded great. Like I said, we saw them on the last three songs, but they were very, very energetic, like the most energetic I've seen them. I've seen Higher Power like a bunch of times. Like they've always been on festivals, and they've always been like on support slots, and especially like being local to Leeds as well. They've always picked up support slots for like hardcore bands that are playing in their area. They're all Leeds boys, so yeah. And they got on this tour with Superheaven, which is great. They absolutely smashed it, man. And like with Higher Power, like it can always be a bit hit and miss with them sometimes. I think it always depends on the crowd. I think they're better off like playing in front of like a hardcore audience and that sort of thing. 'Cause I've seen them play. I've seen them play big stages before at festivals, and I've seen them like play slam dunk and stuff, and open up for a friend. And I've always been a bit like, if the crowd's not totally into them, they might not be totally into it, which I absolutely get. But when they are surrounded by people who really appreciate that genre of music, they get really, really into it. They're fucking buzzing. And they sounded great. Sounded really strong, very, very tight. And yeah, they sounded great. It was good to see Higher Power smashing it. Because yeah, last time I saw them, they were opening up for Funeral for a Friend, and they didn't have a big audience at all. And I just don't think many people were all that bothered about them. And that was in Leeds as well at the O2 Academy. So yeah, but this time a lot better. One of the better times I've seen them. So yeah, shout out Higher Power, really great band. And I'm really looking forward to whatever they got coming out, really. Because the two new singles that they've brought out recently are really fucking good. They're absolute bangers. So yeah, I'm hoping there's a new album soon. The last album really good. But I think whatever they got next is going to be better. So yeah, shout out Higher Power. And yeah, Superheaven came on, and it's the first time we've seen Superheaven do a little bit of a UK tour, like run, in about 9 years, I think. The last time I saw them, the first and only time I saw them was supporting Every Time I Die in 2015 at the Riverside at Newcastle. It was when Every Time I Die were touring. What was it? It was the album before Low Teens. I do forget what it's called. From Parts Unknown, that album, great album. And I remember them supporting them there, and they were great. And they went on a hiatus, and I think they came back a couple of years ago. They played Outbreak in 2022, and they've not been back since. But they are doing this little UK tour, a few European dates, I think. And it's just good to see them at their own headline show. I've never seen them do a headline gig before. And I tell you what, like, sold out venue, Project House, really great venue, by the way. Like, hundreds of people. They were fucking loving it on there. They were absolutely loving it up there. Like, you can, I feel like they're riding this wave at the moment that the more successful than they were before they were on hiatus, and they've not released any music since then. So they've only got 2 albums out, and for some reason they've had this bit of a craze on TikTok. Like, Youngest Daughter is like the highly streamed song now, like a slow moody track from the first album, not even a single, but for some reason, like, that's just massive now. But yeah, like, they were on for a good solid 50 minutes, like, smashing through every song, probably live, amping cabs, no click tracks or anything. It was awesome. They sounded amazing. Both singers sounded on point. They were absolutely brilliant, man. Superheaven are just, for me, one of the greatest bands at the moment, from that sort of grunge, like 90s revival, like sort of hardcore thing. They just sounded great and thick and tight, and yeah, they were. I could tell just from looking at them that they were stoked to be there, absolutely stoked to be on stage and playing these songs. Because like last time I saw them, like, they were great, but they were kind of looking like, kind of mood, like that weird grunge where, like, they sort of stare down the floor, like trying to be cool type thing, but still great, if you know what I mean. This time, like, you could see them, they were all fucking smiling, they were absolutely loving it. And like they were just tight as fuck. They sounded awesome, and like from that 15 minute set, I was just like, they haven't played Gushing Blood, they hadn't played Next to Nothing, they hadn't played I've Been Bored, and like loads of other like Superheaven tracks. Like, I would have loved to hear live, and yeah, I was. It was an awesome set, but I was a bit like, I could have watched that for another half hour easily. But to be fair, I needed to get home and get some sleep because I had a 12-hour shift the next day. I had to be up for 6 to start a shift at 6 o'clock. So yeah, it kind of worked out all right at the time it ended, about 25 past 10. But yeah, they were great. They were absolutely brilliant. And one of the weirdest things though, man. Like, I mean, the crowd was great throughout the gig. Like, like everyone was singing along, jumping up and down. Starting mosh pits and all that sort of stuff. But when they played Youngest Daughter was about 5th song into the set, something like that. As soon as that guitar intro kicked in, mobile phones everywhere lit up just to get videos of this song, just to get snippets of this song. People like doing selfies and everything, selfieing themselves as the crowd surfing to this song. Some motherfucker had a Nintendo DSi and they were filming it on that. I mean, they obviously got that from a some dude on TikTok video and went, "Oh, I'll go do that. That'll be funny, won't it?" Brilliant, well done. And yeah, like it was, hundreds of people had the phone out for youngest daughter. This song that blew them up on TikTok. It was mad. It was as if Drake walked on fucking stage and started handling the mic. It was so weird. But yeah, that's the kind of generation we live in, I guess. But yeah, it was just quite weird. I can't imagine would a band like Superheaven be stoked to see people just buzz over one song like that. I found it a bit weird. I found it a bit daft as well. Like, just be in the moment, man. You don't have to get your fucking phone out for a whole song. It's just be in the moment. Like, get a couple of photos, whatever. But like the thing is, I was looking at people's screens, and all I could see through on their screen was other people's phones, so they were barely getting anything from the band. Like, I just found it quite bizarre, quite sad in a way. But yeah, Superheaven were fucking fantastic, man. I hope they release an album while they're riding this wave at the moment. Like, there's a lot of hype behind them after their hiatus and they're gigging again. Like, get an album out and watch the venues escalate and the crowd escalate. I think Superheaven, people are going to wish they fucking got into this band way before. So, yeah, they were great. They were really, really great. Yeah, that's it for gig reviews. Really, I haven't really been to any gigs since before that one, since last week. So that's it for gigs. I'm actually going to see Bruce Dickinson tonight, so you'll hear a scoop of that next week. I will talk about an album to review though, which I'm sure some listeners may have already listened to, but I thought I'd chat about it anyways. And that, of course, is the new album by Knocked Loose. You won't go before you're supposed to. So, Knocked Loose, I've been a fan since the debut. I love them. They are amazing live. They continue to be better and better with every output that they bring out. I really liked Laugh Tracks, the first album. Like, when it came out, I thought it was great. Part of it for me felt like it was too clean, even though it was really heavy. Like, I wanted a bit more grip behind the guitars and more feedback. And they did that with the second album, Different Shade of Blue. I thought Different Shade of Blue was fantastic. It was absolutely really heavy, really raw. They had that feedback. They had the grit in there. It was a bit more thought out as an album. And their EP that came out, I believe it was 2 years ago. The EP came out, A Tear in the Fabric of Life. Incredible 5-song EP, absolutely incredible. Just elevating the sound. They brought out 2 singles, I believe last year they did. Yeah, it was Deep in the Willow and Everything is Quiet Now. Just the songs were getting better. We eventually got Blinding Faith as a single released earlier this year. And then, of course, I talked about Suffocate featuring Poppy and Don't Reach For Me. So, this album was probably my most anticipated album of the year. Probably the most anticipated album of the year. I was just dying to hear this album. And fuck me. This album is incredible. This is amazing, this album. It's amazing. I love it. I've done nothing but listen to this album all the way through the week ever since it came out. Every time I've been driving to work and back, I've played it over and over again. On walks, I've played it. In the background, I've played it. I've got the vinyl, I've played it. It is 10 tracks of intense, heavy, disgusting, hardcore, metal, just, for me, generation leap in this. This is an absolute showcase for what Knocked Loose are. They are one of the rising bands in hardcore for me. They've just come up with something really, really true to them, quite unique to them, and something that is going to be very difficult for bands of this ilk to top. in my opinion. I'll happily go through track by track on this for you all. This is a 27-minute long album. Nice, short and sweet. This lasts the whole of my journey from my house to work, all of the time. It is perfect from start to finish. I arrive at work or home, like when this album is finished. You are absolutely hit by blast beats and screams from the first track, Thirst, which is only 1:47 long, and it's like there's a bit of like ambience going on in the beginning, some like ringing noises, and then all of a sudden, just like an Amosh caller followed by the first by Brian Garris. Like it's heavy, it's thick, it's intense, and it sets the tone for the album. All done in 1:47 long. Piece by piece, fucking brutal. Like a hell of a fucking rhythm to it. For me, a couple of the standout tracks are actually the singles Suffocate featuring Poppy. I think I actually talked about this song on the podcast. I can't remember, but Suffocate featuring Poppy. Poppy is, I don't know much of her work. I know she's more melodic than this song. She represents herself as some form of robot AI person within her songs, but like she is screaming her guts out on this, and like it is brutally heavy, and like she has her own verse, where it's pretty much repeating the same lines as what Brian Garris done in his first verse. And like when she comes back in, she's unbelievable. She's got like her own little spoken word thing, which really, really builds up the breakdown that is going to happen. And she lets out this fucking raw, like that just echoes throughout. This fucking beat down. Like there's like a pause, and then she just goes, ah! And it just echoes for ages. I mean, I've just hit my throat there. Sorry, and yeah, that is unbelievable. Don't reach for me. The groove on that one, like at the beginning of like the riff on it is just fucking massive. The dun 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 bow. Like the bend from that 7 string is unbelievable. Like the lyrics are just so good. Like the lyrics are incredible. Like just like a fitting end for an absolute fucking clown. Like that as a fucking lyric is unbelievable. And it's like when your arms are too weak to reach for God, don't reach for me. Fucking just cool as fuck, man. And it has a deathcore breakdown. Like when it gets to that breakdown, it's like I should have brought a drink with me. Why have I done this to myself? I'm just so fucking excited about this album, man. Sorry. Moss Covers All, right, is a song that is 46 seconds long. It's 46 seconds long. It's just like this real fast burst of like really off its soundscapes that are going on. A lot of Isaac Hale's like really deep guttural vocals like at the end. It's just a 46-second burst of intensity. And then we get to Take Me Home, which is so stressful. Take Me Home is incredible. It is just really, really stressful. The only way I can sort of describe it, this is one of the more like sort of bleak tracks, I guess. Like more horror, like it's got more of a horror theme going on with it. The way I can describe it is, it's as if like you are running down like a glitchy sort of Silent Hill like corridor and away from something. You trip, and then this figure like Pyramid Head or something like that is grabbing you, and like it's pulling you away from this the light at the end of the tunnel, this corridor, as you will. You kick the fucking Pyramid Head, you get released, you run away, and you head towards the light, and then as you're about a millimeter away from the light, the door slams fucking shut. I mean, you're fucking trapped. And that is what it's like. There's just like all these discordant fucking sounds that are going on. Um, like really, really heavy toms that are building up this frustration, this intensity. That is just, it's kind of like you're in this sort of unbearable situation, like this really horrifying thing that's a very stressful sort of like song that is just, I don't know, it's quite a horrifying sort of thing that they're going for, and I really love it. Slaughterhouse 2, this is a fucking belter, and this features Chris Motionless from Motionless in White, and of course Motionless in White have their own song called Slaughterhouse, which features Brian Garris of Knocked Loose, and what Knocked Loose thought would be a good idea would be to do a Slaughterhouse 2 of their own, featuring Chris Motionless, and this is great. Chris Motionless absolutely smashes it throughout this. He's used pretty much throughout the track alongside Brian Garris, and this is the thing about what I love about this album. Like they use their guest spots really, like really well. They've not, thought, oh yeah, we'll get someone to do a breakdown or the last verse or whatever. Like they've composed something like with them. And Slaughterhouse 2, like it's got all these connections with the first Slaughterhouse that they've done with Motionless and White. Like there's some reoccurring like lyrics from the previous song that they've done with them, and like it just they've just made like a heavy banger with it really. And the like the mosh call, one mutilation under God, like that is in there, eye for an eye, like it goes back and forth like with the song that they've done before with them, like You Won't Survive in the Slaughterhouse. And yeah, Chris Motionless sounds really, really great on it. The Calm That Keeps You Awake, that is just like a really sort of tribal sounding, like they've got all these like tribal sort of toms and drums going on throughout it, and they've got like it's got like a cool Sepultura vibe to it, like the early '90s Sepultura Roots, Bloody Roots sort of sound. Like all these drums that are going on. I mean, The Calm That Keeps You Awake, like the title alone sounds like fucking horrifying. It sounds like a horror film. And like it's kind of got like the same sort of like feeling like Take Me Home has got. Like loads of dissonant chords, like loads of heaviness, and the riff at the end, god damn. The riff at the end is so good, so groovy, and like it starts with Isaac Hill doing like this fucking it's like a Meshuggah fucking breakdown. It's incredible. And like the last two songs, like Blind and Faith, which is a single which I've talked about in the podcast before, and Sit and Mourn, sorry, which is the last track on the album. Probably one of the more expansive ones, 4 minutes 47 seconds. It's quite an emotional one. Lots of sort of Death Heaven like esque blast beats. It's like this real epic ending to this album, like a real sort of explosion of emotions, and just really encapsulates like the moodiness behind all the lyrics and everything on this song. Like this album, like I haven't even gotten to the production of this album yet. Like the production is absolutely perfect. It's massive. It sounds huge. It sounds like a Kate Ballou album, like a Converge album, like, but also just massive. Like the guitars are huge, like a big wall of like fucking riffness. Like I don't know how like there's just a massive wall of sounds. The bass is like gritty. The drums are huge. Like, and the snare. Oh my god, the snare on this album is beautiful. It's got that Saint Anger ring to it, but as well as like a Will Putney sounded like really thick snare. Like it's like that satisfied, like it's very satisfying sort of right amount of ringage to a snare, like a death metal snare, and punchiness and attack than what you get from like some of the other Knocked Loose albums. Yeah, Brian Garris just sounds incredible. It's there's literally nothing wrong with this album. There's absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever. I can't think of anything wrong with the production, the lyrics, the songwriting, anything. And yeah, it's perfect, really. It's a fucking 10 out of 10 for me. Honestly, this album is unbelievable. I've fucking spunked all over it now, obviously, but like, it is like a definite highlight within not just like hardcore community, but within metal, really. Like, this is going to be on a lot of people's end of year lists. It's going to be on mine for sure. I mean, we're coming up to halfway through the year now, nearly. As I talk to you on the 19th of May. This is definitely going to be on my end of the year list so far. I'd say it's my album of the year. I'm so glad that they've brought this out, man. Like, it's incredible, and I need to hear these songs live, really, really big time. This album's perfect. It's brilliant. Knocked Loose. You won't go before you're supposed to. It's an absolute incredible album. If you want some fucking ferociously heavy, hardcore disgustingness, listen to You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To by Knocked Loose. Yeah, so there you go. Not much else has happened really in the world of gaming, I guess. Although there is, I know there's a lot of shit going on with Xbox. I don't know the full ins and outs of it. People are just basically saying they just want the people who are in charge of it sacking. Apparently they might be in a bit of danger. So who knows? We'll see a bit more of that. I promise I'll try and do a bit more thingy on that. But yeah, still waiting for that Nintendo Direct in June. Hopefully, we get some bangers announced there. But PlayStation Plus have announced some more games as part of its extra and premium tier, which is the second from like the regular PlayStation Plus that you can get. So it's not part of the monthly games; it's just new games that have been added to the ones that are paying a little bit extra. So we've got some games here that I have heard of. Some of them I haven't heard of, and an absolute banger. So I'll save that one till last. So we have Cat Quest and Cat Quest 2. Looking at the photos here, it looks like a mobile phone game. It kind of just looks like, yeah, it looks a bit naff, really. I don't know why you'd want that on your PlayStation. Like, just looking at it. RPG, very, very cartoony. You play as a cat. You're doing a quest. And it looks like a mobile game. Yeah, looks a bit naff. Crime Boss Rocky City, I have not heard of. Deceive Incorporated. Don't know nothing about that either. Sorry. Stranded Alien Dawn, which looks a bit more like me. I think that looks good. Lego Movie 2 video game. I've not really played many Lego video games so far. They're quite fun. I've never watched the movies though. Never seen them. You have The Settlers, New Allies, which kind of looks a bit like a Age of Empires-esque type thing. The Sims 4 City Living expansion pack. I don't know whether that means it's just the expansion pack for Sims 4, or you get Sims 4 as well as this expansion pack. I don't know. Watch Dogs, quite a popular title, one I've never played before, but the big one, of course, that has just been added to PlayStation Plus Extra, Red Dead Redemption 2. This is all available on the 21st of May, my birthday, by the way, on Tuesday. Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting added. I imagine, to be honest, everyone would have seen Red Dead Redemption 2 first before all the other games and just went, oh, well, Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be free on PlayStation Plus Extra. Nice one. I mean, I've already got it on physical. I got it with the PlayStation 4 years ago. But, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be free for anyone who's got that tier for PlayStation. And if you've not played this game somehow, I highly recommend you download it and you play it, because Red Dead Redemption 2 is an absolute masterpiece. One of the best games ever. I've said on my my top 20 game episode from last year, I think. Yeah, I think it was last year. My top 20 video game on like this was number 3 for me. Like, it is literally one of the best looking games ever. Like, it's a PlayStation 4 game and it looks better than most PS5 games. It's insane. And to be fair, for me, I need to replay it. I'm due a replay of this game. But yeah, fuck all the other games. Just play Red Dead Redemption 2. But yeah, that's it for games. Really, I've just been playing. I've been playing a bit more Elden Ring recently. Really, just trying to get my chops up ready for the DLC that's coming out in June. I'm very, very excited for that. Shadow of the Erd Tree. I've just been going to some random places that I've not been to before. Just doing a bit of exploring. Been beating a couple of bosses. There was a couple of bosses that were a bit hard for me, so I had to call in some players to help assist me because I am shit still. I've managed to find like a part of a map that I've not seen before yet, so I've done that. So I've got all the map on Elden Ring. Yeah, I come back to it, and it's such a good game, incredible. Yeah, so I've been playing a bit of that. I've also been playing. I've literally just been playing Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii just before I was playing the drums there, and such a good game. Like I'm onto like the third planet now. In the observatory. I don't think it's the third planet actually. I think it's just the third galaxy, I guess. Yeah, the third galaxy you go to, which is called the Kitchen. So I'm gonna play some of that at some point. Super Mario Galaxy. I'll go on about it more when I finish it and I kind of do like a retrospective review. This is so far becoming one of my favorite Mario games. It's fucking awesome. It's great. But yeah, that's all I've been playing really. And that will do it for this week. Yeah, thanks very much everyone who's listened to the episode. Oh no, wait, I've got a question. I've got a question from Haley. If you want to ask some questions for this podcast, you can do so by coming to the Discord, which is linked in the description of this podcast, and you can also follow the Mastodon92 account on Instagram. Every now and then, just before, like, day before, or just before I start recording the podcast, I'll put up a story asking if anyone wants to send any questions in. And, yeah, that's how I get them. Sometimes I get people who reply, sometimes I don't. It's just one of those things. But yeah, there has been one by, of course, Haley. And she has sent, would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or the lead in a box office bomb? Well, given the fact that I'm not an actor, I'll just be a fucking extra in an Oscar-winning movie. The thing is, if I was to star in a box office bomb now, people would criticize me for my acting and think I'm a piece of shit, and I'd never get hired again. But I get a lot of money. If it's a box office bomb, I'll get a lot of money, won't I? I'll get paid loads, and I'll be rich. And being an Oscar in being an extra in an Oscar-winning movie, something that's Oscar-winning, something that a lot of people are gonna like. Being an extra in that, I could just be like, oh, I was an extra in such and such film, you know. Imagine having that as a story. That'd be great. I mean, just because it's a box office bomb doesn't mean it's a good movie either. So, do I get a lot of money for being in a movie that could potentially be really bad with my bad acting? Or could I be in a much loved movie and have a cool story to say that I've been an extra? Imagine that. Oh yeah, I was actually an extra in June Part 2. I met all the actors and everything. It was great. I'm just one of the people that shouts "Lisa Nagaib!" And yeah, I had a good time doing it. Or do I become a really bad actor in a box office bomb in a film that could potentially be really bad, and I can be criticized from everyone for being like the worst actor ever, but I'd be rich? Fuck it, I'll take the money. I'll be a lead role in a box office bomb. Fuck it. I assume that's what Haley means by box office bomb. If she means like you bombed the box office and you get a fuckload of money, or bomb as in like the box office is bombed, they have no money left. I don't know. I don't know. In that case, I'll be the Oscar-winning movie extra. Fuck it, I'll do that. Oh yeah, by the way, I was in I was in June Part 2. By the way, I don't know if that's going to be an Oscar-winning movie. It hasn't come to the Oscars yet, but it deserves a fucking Oscar. I'll tell you what. But yeah, that is it for this week. Thanks very much, everyone, for listening, and as well as all the previous episodes and such. I will see you again, hopefully on Friday again. Sorry, it's late. It's been a hectic weekend, so I haven't had a chance to do it. So next week, I'll be talking about some reviews. I'll be talking about Bruce Dickinson. I'm going to see him tonight. I'm also going to be I'll probably talk about Newcastle. I'm going there on my birthday. Have a chat about that. And there's some new albums out. There are some new albums out at the moment by Shellac, Pallbearer, Gatekeeper, and Billie Eilish. So I might talk about them if I get the chance to. I know I'll talk about the Gatekeeper one because I'm really liking that one so far. So yeah, I'll talk about some albums next week for sure. Right, I will catch you hopefully on Friday. Take care, everyone. Much love. I will see you later. Have a good week. My name's been MastoCast. Bye. Love you. See you later. Bye.